Last summer, I was broke and needed cash for college, right? I got this job as a maintenance worker at this big apartment complex. It wasn't anything special, just a bunch of buildings, over 200 units split across 8 of them. My shift was 10 p.m. to 6 a.m., the late one. I'd walk around, check the pools, make sure everything was locked up, and deal with any calls from tenants freaking out about something. Most nights, it was boring. Quiet, even. Except for this one building. Building F, man. That place always gave me a bad vibe. I'd get these noise complaints from Unit 3B in Building F. Like, every couple of nights my phone would buzz with the automated system saying someone in 3B was complaining about noise. But here's the thing. Every time I'd drag myself over there, the hallway was dead quiet. Not a sound. I'd knock on the door, wait. Nothing. Nobody home. The creepy part? The system said the calls were coming from inside 3B. But management swore it had been empty for 3 months. Said the last guy who lived there had a heart attack and that was it. No new tenants. Building F was weird anyway. The lights flickered all the time, more than the other buildings. And it was always cold in there, like chilly. Even when it was 90 degrees outside. Sometimes I'd hear stuff. Faint whispers, little taps, like footsteps maybe. I'd tell myself it was just the old place creaking. You know, pipes or whatever. But it still got to me. I talked to this guy I worked with, Mike. He'd been there forever, knew all the stories. I asked him about 3B one night while we were grabbing coffee from the break room. "Oh yeah, that place," he said, lighting up a cigarette even though he wasn't supposed to. "Old man Jenkins lived there. Weird dude, kept to himself. They found him dead in the bathroom. Heart attack, I guess. Some folks say they hear stuff from 3B at night, but it's probably nothing." "But the calls, man," I said. "They're coming from inside the unit. How's that work if it's empty?" He just laughed, kinda nervous. "Dunno. System's probably messed up. Don't worry about it." Yeah, right. Easy for him to say. Anyway, one night I'd had enough. Another 3B complaint came in and I was like, screw it, I'm checking inside. I grabbed my master key and headed over. The hallway in Building F was dark as usual, lights buzzing and flickering. I got to 3B, stood there for a sec. Honest, I didn't want to go in. But I did. Unlocked the door, pushed it open. It was empty. No furniture, no lights, nothing. Just bare walls and this musty smell, like damp basement. I saw the phone though, plugged into the wall, which was nuts, 'cause the utilities were supposed to be off. I walked over, picked it up. Dead. No sound at all. I unplugged it, figuring that'd stop the calls. Then I heard it. Footsteps. Soft, slow ones, coming from the bedroom. My heart started pounding, but I couldn't just leave, right? I crept over, pushed the door open. Nothing in there either. Just a puddle of water by the bathroom. Weird, 'cause I didn't see it before. Then I turned around, and wet footprints. Fresh ones, leading from the bathroom, through the bedroom, right to where I was standing. I swear I stopped breathing for a second. No one was there but those prints. They were right there. And then it got cold. Like freezing. My breath puffed out in little clouds, even though it was summer. I backed up fast, slammed the door, locked it. My hands were shaking so bad I almost dropped the key. When I got home, my cat was going nuts, meowing, 'cause I forgot to fill his bowl before I left. I felt bad, but man, I was just happy to be out of there. Couldn't stop thinking about those footprints, that cold. I quit the next morning. Told my boss I couldn't do nights anymore. Didn't say why. Didn't think he'd buy it. Now, sometimes I drive by that complex, just because I'm curious, you know? And every time, I look up at 3B's windows. I swear I see someone moving in there, a shadow or something. But it's still empty. Supposed to be anyway. I don't know what was up with that place. Don't think I want to know either. Some stuff. You just leave it alone. This whole thing started last summer, back in 2023. I was doing this food delivery gig. You know, one of those apps where you grab takeout and drop it off. It wasn't glamorous or anything. Just a way to pay the bills. I'd been at it for a couple months, driving around late at night, usually half asleep. Most deliveries were boring, but there was this one place I hated going to. 1247 Maple Street. Normal little house, quiet street, nothing special. But man, it gave me the creeps. It started with the orders, always late, like 11 p.m. late. And huge. I'm talking enough food for a whole party. Piles of pizza boxes, bags of fries, you name it. Like, who needs that much food that late? But every time I got there, it was just this one woman at the door. Kinda tired looking, maybe 40 or 50, with messy hair and this blank stare. She'd grab the bags, shove some cash in my hand, and bam, door shut. No chit-chat, nothing. What really got me, though, was the noise inside. Every time I stood there, I'd hear voices. Not loud or anything, just a bunch of people talking all at once. Real quiet-like. It was weird, you know? Like a low hum of whispers, all jumbled together. I'd try to peek inside when she opened the door, but it was too dark. Just shadows. I figured maybe she had a big family or something, but it never felt right. One night, I think it was July, super muggy out. I was wiping sweat off my face when I handed her the bags. She did her usual quick grab, but right as the door was closing, I heard something clear as day. A guy's voice, rough, saying, "She's here now." I stopped dead. My legs felt heavy, like I couldn't move. She didn't even look at me, just slammed the door. I stood there for a sec, heart racing, before I shook it off and left. Told myself I was just tired. Then there was this one time I screwed up. I delivered the food, started walking back to my car, and realized, damn it, I forgot the receipt. She always asked for it, so I had to go back. I knocked again, and all those voices, they stopped. Like someone flipped a switch. Total silence. I glanced at the window by the door, and, oh man, I'll never forget this. There were people inside. At least a dozen of them, standing in the living room. Not moving, not talking. Just standing there, facing the door. Staring right at me. I couldn't breathe for a second. Their faces were so still, like statues. The light was dim, but I could see them. Men, women, all ages. Just frozen. Then the door cracked open, and her hand shot out. She didn't say anything, didn't even look up. I shoved the receipt at her, and she yanked it back, shutting the door hard. I didn't run, but I wanted to. My hands were shaking when I got in the car. After that, I dreaded seeing that address pop up. But the orders kept coming, and I couldn't just quit. I needed the cash. Every time, it was the same deal. Big order, fast handoff, those creepy voices. I started noticing other stuff too. Like how the curtains were always drawn tight, even in the daytime when I'd drive by. Or this faint smell sometimes, sharp and sour, like old meat. I told myself it was nothing, maybe a busted fridge, but it stuck with me. Then, maybe a week after the receipt thing, I was crashing on my couch, scrolling my phone, and the news came on. 1247 Maple Street. Cop cars everywhere, lights flashing. The reporter said they'd found 11 bodies in the basement. 11. My chest went tight. They said the woman had been luring homeless people there, keeping them locked up for months. The food I'd been dropping off? That was to keep them alive until she didn't need them anymore. I just sat there, staring at the screen. Those voices, they were those people. Trapped, scared, waiting. And that night I saw them standing there. God, maybe they were drugged or something. I don't know. The news didn't say much, just called it gruesome, and left it at that. Still investigating, they said. I quit the job the next day. Couldn't do it anymore. Every time I'd pass that street, I'd see that house in my head. Those people staring, her grabbing the receipt like nothing was wrong. I keep wondering, could I have done something? Called the cops sooner? But what would I even say? Hey, this lady orders a lot of food and I hear voices? Yeah, right. It's been months, but I still think about it. Especially at night, when it's quiet. I'll be lying there and I don't know. I can almost hear those whispers again. Makes me wonder how close I was to being one of them. I'm gonna tell you about this weird thing that happened to me last summer. I don't even like thinking about it, but you asked, so here it goes. I was broke, right? Needed money bad for school stuff, so I started this little cleaning gig for Airbnb places. Most of it was boring, making beds, wiping sinks, you know. But there was this one house. Ugh, it still freaks me out. It was on Pine Street, number 15, in this nice part of town. Looked real pretty outside. White paint, big windows, daisies in the garden. But the paint was peeling a bit, and the windows always looked dark, like no light ever got in. I remember my car radio was acting up that day, just static, and I spilled soda on my jeans before I even got there. Anyway, inside that house, totally different vibe. First time I went, I saw these scratches inside the bedroom closet door. Like, deep scratches, man. Like someone was stuck in there, clawing to get out. The wood was splintered, and there were dark stains near the bottom. Maybe blood or something. I told the owner, Mr. Jenkins, I think his name was, and he just laughed, all nervous-like. Said it was old house stuff, and not to worry. Paid me extra to keep coming back, so I was like, okay, fine. But then there was the mirror in the bathroom. Every time I cleaned, these handprints showed up on it. Not smudges, clear hands, pressed flat, like someone was trying to push through from the other side. Always in the center, and no matter how hard I scrubbed, they'd come back next visit. I even tried spitting a rag once like my grandma used to do on windows. Nothing worked. It was weird. And the basement? Oh man, don't get me started. Smelled awful down there, like something dead. This thick, cloying odor that stuck to your clothes. I'd check for a dead squirrel or whatever, but nope, nothing. My buddy Dave said it was probably just mold, but it made my throat itch every time. I'd rush down, flip the breaker or whatever, and run back up, trying not to breathe too deep. The reviews, though, they were perfect. All 5 stars. So peaceful. Best sleep ever. I read them one day while eating a soggy sandwich in my car. But here's the thing. They all sounded the same. Same words, same short sentences, like, great place, very relaxing, over and over. I clicked the guest profiles, blank, no pics, all made the same day. I told Dave, and he's like, hey, fake reviews, no big deal. But it bugged me. Who makes all those accounts just for one house? So I got this dumb idea to stay there one night. Mr. Jenkins was gone, and I had the key, so I thought, why not? See what's up. I brought my old sleeping bag, the one with the hole in it, and crashed on the couch. It was quiet at first, just the fridge humming and the house creaking a little. My phone was dead because I forgot to charge it, figures. I lay there, staring at the ceiling. It was too quiet, you know? Like the house was holding its breath. Then, like, 3 a.m. hits. I hear voices. Not loud, just whispers coming from the basement. More than one person, talking low. Muffled, like behind a wall. I didn't want to move, but I grabbed my flashlight, hands all shaky. My heart was pounding so hard I could hear it in my ears. Went to the basement door and it's locked from the inside. I had the key in my pocket, the only key. I jiggled it, and the voices just stopped. Dead quiet, like they knew I was there. I couldn't stay there. Ran upstairs, grabbed my stuff, and called Mr. Jenkins from my car. Phone's disconnected. Tried again, thinking I messed up the number. But no. Gone. I was freaking out, man. Next day, I went to the real estate place. They said the house got sold months ago to some company, but they wouldn't tell me who. I looked it up. Nothing. No company, no record, nada. Never got my last paycheck either. Quit the cleaning gig right after. Sometimes I drive by that house. Looks normal, new people staying there. But I keep thinking, what was down in that basement? Who was talking? And those fake reviews? I don't know, man. I'm never going back. Sometimes, when it's late and I can't sleep, I wonder if those voices are still there, whispering in the dark.